Who doesn't love purple? Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG Church Close Edition. I'm your host Aaron, and for today we're going to be taking a look at a new action RPG that is a whole lot of fun. It's currently in early access on Steam and it's titled Last Epoch. But first, if you're new here, welcome. Here at Action RPG, I stream, I do tech reviews, I cover major gaming news, but the big portion of this channel, all things action RPG. So if you grew up loving the Diablo series, if you're a fan of top-down isometric hack and slash style games, you are in the right place. So please consider subscribing and supporting smaller channels. All right, let's get on to the early access. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go. All right, so let's jump right into this. So I'm on Steam right now, obviously, so I'm going to show you some things about the game, and then I'll actually jump into gameplay and I'll show you what I like so far about this title. So Last Epoch combines time travel, super cool, exciting dungeon crawling, engrossing character customization, and endless replayability to create an action RPG for veterans and newcomers alike. Now obviously my channel is Action RPG. Regardless of the size of company, I try to cover all action RPG titles because I love that there's so many companies supporting this genre. The developer and publisher for this game is 11th Hour Games. So right now the game is in early access and it's in phase 2, and I'll show you the phases in a second. So if you join the early access, beta access, 350 coins towards cosmetics, you get a companion, you get the soundtrack, just a couple things, and of course too, if you pay for the game, it's $35 right now. You get the full game when it drops. So key features: 15 mastery classes. That's basically 15 completely different character choices. Customize each skill. I'll show you this. Lose yourself in the item hunt. Explore a vast world throughout time. Endless replayability. Easy to learn, hard to master. And this is a mature content game. Now this is what I wanted. This is actually why I'm on Steam. I wanted to show you this. So this is the actual early access forecast, and they just dropped on March 4th, for the most part, phase 2. So when I got into this game, it was still on phase 1. So chapter 6 content, friends and chat updates, graphic updates, voice acting, respec system, buff and debuff UI, in-game gold gambling systems, that's fun, and free playable demo. So now we're in phase 2, or I like to say the red phase. So it's almost done because down here it'll show you what's dropped. Chapter 7 content, endgame system, eternity cache, time rifts, tooltip DPS, in-game mechanics guide, character introductions, quest system updates, animation updates, idle system, new, and staffs and catalysts have been added. So this is where they're at right now. Phase 3 is where things really get juicy. Like, this is what everybody that is currently playing this game is waiting for, which is phase 3. Why? Multiplayer testing. So that is like the only big gripe I have about this game right now. But obviously, again, it's in early access and they have it all mapped out. So, you know, it wasn't like they dropped it on you later. Like, it is very clear the game is currently not multiplayer. My wife likes streaming with me and she likes playing with me. Her character is always wifey of action RPG, so right now in this title we cannot play together. So in phase 3, chapter 8 content, multiplayer testing, then they're going to drop rogue, marksman, blade dancer classes, endgame system gates, dual wielding, lost memories, legendaries, item and crafting updates, and then obviously phase 4, chapter 9 content, Rune Master Warlock and Falconer classes, loot filter PvP, item trading system at the bazaar, extra challenge modes, endgame system Epoch's Call, endgame system Monolith of Fates updates. I mean, this game is extremely engrossing. So I'd like to say that when it comes to action RPGs, somebody that really wants to go all in, somebody that wants to be, I don't know, a professional player, you play Path of Exile. I mean, the amount of time it takes to be like on the leaderboards is almost, you have to switch people off 24 hours a day. Like that game, I mean, I shouldn't say it's a grind, but like it takes lots of calculations. It takes lots of third-party companies to get your character to the absolute maximum efficiency. Like, it's a lot. This game, when they drop all this stuff, this is going to be, it's not going to be like that, but I mean, they're going to have at minimum 5 classes, 15 mastery classes, and PvP, 9 different chapter contents, and a whole bunch of different endgames. So, I mean, so far, the game looks pretty cool. So, that's the basics as far as phases. If you do have this game or you didn't know about this when you're thinking about getting it, like, it's kind of neat that they break down the phases. Obviously, they can't put a date on the phases because that would be even cooler, because then you could just get it when phase 3 drops, but this is where we're at right now. So, okay, let me switch over to the game. We'll look at a little gameplay. I'll show you my favorite things, and then we'll close out this video with a trailer. We're in. Welcome, Action RPG. Enter game. Of course, I'm a paladin. If you're new to this channel, I really enjoy sword and board. Okay. So, they've talked a little bit about visuals on the game. They're not too bad. Like, I kind of compared them to, like, Grim Dawn D3. They're definitely not Wolcen Lords of Mayhem, but, you know, that game has its own problems. So, let me just run over here. So one big thing for this game is time travel. So you're not always playing in the same era, which means you get to fight different monsters and be on different locations throughout the entire game, which is cool. And then I'm just going to go in this little time rift here so you can kind of see this kind of neat animation they have. Ready to get dizzy? Here we go. That's kind of cool, right? It would be neat if they did the loading screen during that screen, so like it just popped up, but they didn't do that. So this is what like the little time rifts see. So sometimes you'll just be playing and you'll see one of these, and obviously when you jump into it, it'll take you to a different time. So let me talk about skills really quick. So I'll show you. Let's go classes. Sorry. So here I'm a sentinel class. Okay, sword and board. Okay, but once you put 20 points into this, you unlock your mastery classes. Okay, so I can go Void Knight, I could go Forge Guard, or I could go Paladin, which, of course, I went Paladin. And then as you level up, you kind of go through your little tree and it continues to increase. But what's really interesting about this game is even though I picked Paladin, technically I could put points into any of them. So instead of just going Paladin, I could go a quarter Paladin, a quarter Forge Guard, and a quarter Void Knight. I don't know what a hybrid character would look like in this game because I have not done it. This is actually a different attempt that I'm making on my second character, so maybe I'll mess around with it a little bit because you could always respec. But it's kind of neat. I mean, look at how many different options there are, okay? Now, this is technically just passive skills. All this is passive. So now let me show you your other skills. Okay? So these are the skills that I've currently uncovered or unlocked, okay? Now, let's say I want to do shield throw, which is something I used to love doing shield throw in D3, so I decided I'm going to try and make a shield throw character in this game. So when you click actually on shield throw, now this is a skill tree just for this skill. Which means not only do you have your character's base class, your character's mastery class, which technically you could use all 3 masteries. Then you can use any of the skills, and then each skill has its own skill tree. It's a lot. I mean, it is one of those games where, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say it's, you know, it's endless possibilities, but I mean, like, there is a lot of thinking that goes into this. And then, of course, you have different modifiers on your gear that can change the way the skill actually functions. So, let's just get at it. So, like, I made it so my shield can, like, break away and hit multiple people. And now it bounces a little bit. Visuals are pretty cool. Like the stuff in the background. Get out of here. Show you a little bit of combat. I got my I'm a paladin. They pretty much can't hurt me. I do need to work on their town portal, though. Look at this. I guess it's, now that I'm zoomed in, kind of... Alright, get out of here. So, let me go to something else to show you. So, like I said, how you jump through time, when you click on your waypoint, you have the Ancient Era, Divine Era, Imperial Era, and Ruined Era. So this is what's kind of cool about this game, is that every chapter, not every chapter, every couple chapters unlocks basically what feels like an entirely new setting. The environment's different, the bosses are different, and all the people you fight against are different. So it's kind of neat where you can kind of pick and choose what you like the best, and then in endgame you can kind of focus on the areas that you like. Kind of thought that was, I mean, you kind of feel like sometimes it's hard to get creative with these games, but this one they've done a really good job. And then on here, like, they've added in a little gambler.
These items might be your best bet.
So, like, I've got, I've gotten a couple good items from gambling. They're just uniques. So I'll gamble a few times when I build up my gold if there's something I need. So right now I can, like, let's see if I can pull. I've been trying to get a unique shield for a while. So that was common.
So think about luck, though.
Rare. Magic.
Interested in another try?
No, I'm not interested. But anyways, it's kind of a neat little... People love to gamble. I don't know. So combat feels good. Visuals, not top-notch, but not bottom. I can tell you that right now this is the game on ultra-high settings. And remember, this is Phase 2 Early Access, and almost every single phase comes with a visual improvement, and then before they drop the game, I'm sure it's going to do one more overhaul. So if this is their starting point, like, I think it could get a lot better. Like, it looks fine. Skills look good, but for me, if it's between visuals or functionality, of course I'm going to take functionality. You want both, but the game plays very smooth. Like, I don't get lag when I'm fighting big groups of enemies. And the visuals, I mean, yeah, they're not, I mean, they're dated a little bit, but they're not horrible. Like, this is a smaller developer, so I'm sure with time it'll get better. See the reflection on the rock here? Like, those types of things are all new to the game. So you can tell that they're working on improving it. So, I mean, I don't think I have much else to talk about. I'm going to be doing a separate video on crafting because the way you craft in this game is awesome. But I just wanted to give you a basic breakdown of what's happening on Steam and then kind of my thoughts on the game so far. So if you have any more questions, feel free to put it in the comments section below. What I'm going to do is actually play the trailer for this game for you now, just in case you haven't seen it before, so you can see kind of what the publisher and the developer is saying about the game. And then that's all I got. Anybody else playing this game? Like, I see a following, but I never run into anybody that's playing it. Let me know in the comment section below. Enjoy the trailer, and if you're looking for any of my later content, it'll be at the end of the trailer. Aaron.